5 lessons that other armies can learn from Ukraine. The conflict concerns us all. We need to start by dispelling a misleading perception of the Russian invasion. This is not a regional dispute. Russia desires to ignite a fire throughout Europe. Its objective is to undermine the entire system of international economic relations. The offensive against Ukraine is part of a long-established strategy that Vladimir Putin has been carrying out for at least 10 years. Lech Kaczynski, the president of Poland, issued this warning in 2008, during Russia's invasion of Georgia. We know perfectly well that, today, Georgia is at stake, tomorrow it can be Ukraine. The day after, the Baltic states, and then maybe my own country, Poland. Europe had not anticipated this prediction to come true so soon. Russia occupied Crimea in 2014, 6 years later. Today, Ukraine is the target of significant military harm. If we don't stop the Russian conflict machine, what lies ahead? Russia fuels the global economic crisis. The fight for Europe's future is being fought on several fronts, including the conflict in Ukraine. In addition, Russia is waging a cyber, information, and economic battle on our civilization. War, according to Karl von Clausewitz, is just politics in a different form. Vladimir Putin seemed to have fully grasped the meaning of the aphorism. The type of enemy Moscow is up against influences how it uses aggressiveness. Europe cannot be militarily conquered by Putin, at least not until he wrecks its economy. The imperial aggression of Russia is what started the current energy crisis and worldwide inflation that we are all currently dealing with. The Kremlin's gas strategy in July and August 2021 served as a prelude to the invasion of Ukraine. Gas prices rose at the time as a result of Putin's gas blackmail on European markets. This was only the start. Russia anticipated that the collapse of the energy market would weaken European nations and persuade them to abstain from the conflict in Ukraine. The plan to undermine the West was to aggravate the issue from the beginning. One of the key causes of rising international pricing is Russian military activities. The Kremlin's decisions cost us all dearly. It's time we realized that Russia is a major contributor to the world economic catastrophe. Deputinization is a prerequisite for Europe's sovereignty. Russia has been strong for a number of years because of the West's weakness. Dependence on Russian hydrocarbons, shady business deals with Russian billionaires, and completely illogical concessions from Europe, such as those regarding the building of the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, all present a picture of disordered ties between the West and Russia. Many European governments believed they could reach agreements with Moscow that were entirely normal. In reality, the agreements turned out to be deals with the devil, and Europe's soul was on the line. It is impossible to resume business as usual because of this. Relationships with a corrupt government cannot be normalized. In particular, in the energy sector, it is past time for Europe to become independent of Russia. The importance of varying Europe's sources of gas and oil has long been emphasized by Poland. Opening up new possibilities are new sources for these products. Solidarity is stronger than fear. The conflict has already altered Europe. Russia thought that by invading Ukraine, the West would not emerge from the geopolitical coma it had fallen into when it naively started to accept the illusion of the end of history years earlier. Russia made an error in judgment. We came together more than ever in spite of its attempts to split us apart. The Kremlin's most effective tool is fear, just like any other authoritarian government. Solidarity is required if we are to thwart Russian threats and blackmail. In the shape of food, supplies, and arms, assistance is already reaching Ukraine from all parts of the globe. What we are giving Ukraine is a chance at hope and possible victory. The American Abrams tanks will accompany the German-made vehicles, as is already known. Ultimately, the Euro-Atlantic alliance won out over cold calculations. NATO has demonstrated that it is not only the strongest military alliance in the world but that it is also really united.